Hello, Internet, and welcome to the Big Air Kite League's pre-show build-up hype thing. I actually want to call it the Hype Factory, but no, well, we're still talking about that. Anyway, we're here to talk about who's riding in the Tatajuba event, who's probably going to win, who's probably going to be shit, and all the other stuff that goes with that.
That's the cool thing about a points race or a tour is that, you can be leading and, injuries can happen, lots can go wrong. So you've got to keep turning results out and got to keep pressure on the guys above you because anything can happen. And, we say consistency wins tours, but, you need a lot of luck as well.
Do you hope there's lots of injuries?
No, I don't like crashes. I don't like big injuries. I want the best for every rider. I don't want to see guys get injured because it is,
sure.
It's nothing. I mean, I know you like a good crash, Colin.
Sure. No. I'd hate to see them get hurt. Oh, that'd be terrible.
What's your favorite crash?
That would ruin it for me. That would just be awful.
What's your favorite crash?
Ever. Lewis Crathen's coma crash.
Lewis
that
crashes.
Was quite good.
I kind of like Ruben's cartwheel in King of the Air. Then he decided to punch the beach and break his hand. I kind of like that too. That was kind of cool.
That was a goodie. Yeah.
It actually showed how passionate Ruben was. Actually, I think a lot of people, when they saw Ruben do that, they realized, man, this guy just really wants to win, right? He really wants to be the best again. And I like that he broke his hand in some type of way, if that makes sense.
All right, so what are the conditions looking like in Tatajuba then? I'm hearing it's choppier than it normally is. Is that true?
Yeah, I've also heard that, the currents have changed the lagoon a little bit. It's going to be 30 knots. I think that's, to be expected. But, we've heard from Heel that it is going to probably favour the lighter riders. We know that warmer air isn't as dense as the air that they have in Cape Town and in Tarifa. So I think Heel being a little bit larger is probably up against it a little bit this time. And it should favour the Janeks and the Cohens and the Stigs, who I think are the sort of next sort of grouping after him. But yeah, I think Mike is also prepared to shift the event up and down the course to find the best conditions. So I don't think it will be in exactly the same spot, but I know that they're open to getting the best spot for the riders and getting the best spot for the spectators as well.
Shall we go hear from Heel now, who's obviously sitting in second place in the race? We ask him about his recent sponsor change to Ocean Rodeo, which is a risk, isn't it? Completely changing your gear for the third event out of 5. So let's go hear from him now.
All right, good morning, guys. My name is Giel Vlucht. I'm 26 years old. I'm from Holland. And the reason why I changed brands mid-season is because I felt like I needed to have an edge on, might as well say it, on Janek. I wanted to beat him really bad, and I felt like I wasn't going to do it on the same kite. And the new Alula kites just feel incredible. It's so light, it's so fast and strong that I feel like the future is gonna help me out, and I definitely think it's the future of kiteboarding. So if it had to happen, it had to happen now. So that's why. So let's hope I can make you guys proud.
I mean, what's your take on him changing gear? I mean, is he prepared to do anything he can to beat Janek?
Well, it looks like it. He's gone for a completely unproven kite with an unproven big air brand. So, yeah, there's mad risk. But if he knows that he's not going to catch him on the same kite, then there's sort of no other option, really. You don't want to come second place, do you? Terrible.
I mean, it's almost a desperation move. I mean, I tell you what is desperate is getting some of Janek's hair and gluing it to the underside of his chin. Maybe that's a real desperation move as well. It's a pretty sad looking beard.
The ginger neck beard, I think that's got to go for the event, surely. Here, we know you're watching this.
That's Janek's hair. That's Janek's hair. I know it is. It is. Because we always said Janek's hair was the special thing that helped him with his down loop. So I think he's going for some other angle that he hasn't let people know about yet.
on the other end of the masculinity spectrum is Pippa van Ursel, the only female in the pro fleet. Let's hear from her now.
What's up, guys? My name is Pippa van Ursel. I'm 22 years old and I come from Holland. Can't wait to be at the Tatajuba Fest in Brazil. And it would be super sick if I could compete against Angelique and battle it out for the first place. The late BAKL, yeah, you're gonna see this for sure. I've also been working on some other cool tricks lately. So I cannot wait to show you what I've got.
No, I'm looking forward to seeing Pippa. It's always good to have girls in competing against the guys, and there's a bunch of young guys riding, and you know she could create an upset, and that would be great for women's big air. I think when we had Angeli in the competition in Cape Town for the King of the Air, it really inspired a bunch of girls to get into big air. And you know, I think that if we can get people like Pippa and Zara's riding in the other fleet, and you know, more girls riding, the better. And I think that's just going to be good for the sport.
Speaking of the other young riders, we've got a bit of a mix in this fleet, haven't we? We've got Milan Lukic, who obviously won the amateur division in Tarifa, and I had heard that he was getting quite pissed with his dad the night before that.
Really?
So, yeah, Adrian and I asked him whether he was going to continue his kind of pre-competition routine in the pro division.
Oh, hello there, Adrian and Colin and the rest watching the show. My name is Milan Lukic, and I am 19 years old right now. I live in the Netherlands, as you can probably see at the sky. And you guys asked me if I would still be drinking beers because I will be competing at the pro division. But whoa, that was quite rough. I'm not a professional beer drinker yet, still an amateur, so yeah, I will hopefully make it to Brazil. Cheers.
And then we've got Steen Mull, haven't we, who was probably the most boring rider of Tarifa. He didn't take a single risk all day, landed absolutely everything. Anything else to say about him?
Shall we hear from him first and then talk about him?
Let's hear and then bitch about him after. Yeah, good idea.
What's up, guys? This is Tino here from the Netherlands. I'm 21 years old. I'm going to Brazil, to Tatajuba, to join the Kite Fest. And I'll try to be a bit more risky on the tricks, because last time in Tarifa I was Mr. Consistent. So this time I will try to do some board of kite loops and like spins with borders and kite loops. So I hope you all will enjoy it. And stay tuned, because something sick is coming up. Cheers.
Steno, look, as he said, he's prepared to step it up a bit and take some risks, and I think that's good. Look, a lot of these young guys, it's an opportunity, you know, and I've said it before. I said it with when Stig won in Cold Hawaii. You know, you take these opportunities, and if you can place high and get deep into the event, you know, you're really putting your name out there in the big air. And I'd like to see these young guys do that. And if he can push the boat out a bit more and take some more risks, I think it's going to be good.
Then the last of the youngies that we've picked out, anyway, there's probably some other youngies, but we didn't know them. So is Lorenzo, whose dad is better than him.
He's a legend
at boosting. Like, he's always in the Woo leaderboards, which we cover every week relentlessly. So yeah, I'm sort of wondering why the Casati father isn't here, and we're stuck with old mate Lorenzo. So let's go hear from him.
Hey guys, my name is Lorenzo Casati, I'm 15 years old and I'm from Italy. Yes, actually my dad have a higher VU score than me, but he don't ride in competition because he's 50 years old and he just like to go outside with a VU and make his jump and have fun in the water with me. So yeah, see you everybody in Tatajuba, and see you guys.
Lorenzo, he got fourth in full power Tarifa. He did well in that event in Canary Islands. He, again, super talent. He can ride strapless, he can ride foil, he can wing. Again, I just think this has got as a name for the future. And I think that, we're hearing him now, but in 4 or 5 years, he's just going to be one of the guys that we regularly talk about. And again, just these rise of these Italian guys. I mean, there's just Italian seem to be bursting out of the seams everywhere. Andrea Principi's in the event as well. He's another guy who got third. So yeah, it's exciting times.
But then on the other end of the age spectrum, it's all about spectrums today, isn't it? It's quite
My
nice,
end.
nice
Is
little
it
theme.
my range, the older end?
Is of course Xavier Kane, who's a Tarifa local, but he's making his way over to Brazil and he's treating himself to a little kiteboarding holiday.
Yeah.
He's going to have a go in the
Legend.
competition, and let's hear what his plan is.
Hi everybody. You may not recognize me, but I'm Xavier Kane. I'm coming from Paris and I'm 30 years old. Yeah, I know, I'm pretty old. In fact, I'm the oldest guy in this competition. But it's not because of that I won't kick your ass. Fucking kiddos.
How good is Xavier Kane, by the way? I mean, that guy is just an out-and-out legend, right?
All right, so we've got the two Nash brothers up next. It's Stig Hoefnagel and Cohen van Dijk, both about the same age, both about similar talent, but they're taking just sort of different approaches to the big air game, aren't they, Adrian? What's the difference between these two apart from their hair?
Yeah, definitely. Well, look, Cohen is, if you've been looking at social media, Cohen's been the board off doobie loop, and he plans to land in a competition. That looks awesome. It's going to be super exciting to see that.
Hello everyone, I'm Cohen van Dijk, I'm 19 years old and from Holland. Adrian told me I was the first to land a doobie loop in the competition, and he asked me what I've got up my sleeve for this next upcoming event here in Tatajuba. I can tell you it will be a doobie board off, but then with the board off at the second rotation. So it's quite a hard trick. I'm working on it, but I think I'll throw it down in the competition. See you later.
Has Stig got a dangle pass in him?
I got the question asked if we'll be doing any dangles during this event, and yes, definitely. So stay tuned, and I can't wait to show you guys what I've been working on.
Didn't Stein Mull throw a dangle pass in the last in Tarifa?
He went for it but got completely crunched.
Yeah, I think we might see a few more dangle passes or some unhooked stuff because the wind is not so thick and dense, and you're probably going to not be yanked so much. I think we might see some more unhooked stuff that will warm the hearts of many of the sort of older fans. But yeah, it's going to be good. I mean, I'm really looking forward to seeing what these two. If we go back 18 months, Cohen was the name on everyone's lips. He was the man who was going to be the next big thing. Had a bit of a tough year in 2020, some personal issues. Stig, as I said, got that third, and he just exploded out, and everyone was talking about Stig. So I'm really, really happy for Cohen to see him back riding at the best level. And yeah, as I said before, man, this is going to be exciting to see what these two can do.
Cohen is sort of touted to be the third in this race for the title, right? Although we've got Heel chasing Janek at the top, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, Cohen's also knocking on the door, so it will be interesting to see.
It's a shame. It's a shame with that title race because you still have Aaron and Ross, who haven't really ridden since the first thing, who scored 1 and 2, so they got a lot of points. I really hope those guys can make it to some more events and thing. But again, I think after this event, going back to the title implications, if Heel and Janek can get good results and Stig, I mean, I just think they'll be putting too much gap, but you never know. You never know what will happen. That's the great thing about a good quality tour.
You never know when Aaron might turn up as well, the kite goat. He'll just come out of the bushes, mate, kicking and making all sorts of weird goat noises like he normally. Actually, I don't think a goat really suits Aaron. He'd be more like some sort of
Dragon.
mad lion. Yeah, dragon. I was going to say lion, but dragon's way better. Yeah, some sick dragon. Right, next up, it's the Big Air Kite League organizer and the guy paying us. So, wow, he is so good and so talented, isn't he? Just the most talented. He's the most talented out there, isn't he?
The best haircut, best looking, understands audio. He knows when he sends a video in, you get out of the wind, you get the best quality for us. I mean, the guy knows his stuff.
Play the video.
What's up, guys? Mike here, 27 years old from Cape Town, South Africa. I'm currently in Tatajuba. It is windy out there. And yeah, I'm gonna head out on the 8 meter soon. So questions. What have I done since Tarifa? Well, just been working my fundamentals, back roll takeoffs, kite leap board offs with the left hand, and what's coming today and in the next few weeks, boogie board offs, guys. Feeling good about it. Kite leap board off with the left hand was a little bit difficult. Now I'm feeling pretty in control, so yeah, pretty psyched. It's gonna be a sick comp. Stay tuned. Meow.
And then lastly, we've got Janek, haven't we? Who's right at the top of the leaderboard. He has a tendency of shitting himself under pressure. So it will be interesting to see how he handles things. That's the whole point of the Big Air Kite League, though, to get these sorts of people more competition experience before they go to the likes of King of the Air, which he's obviously in. He's got heel right up his arse, also in the King of the Air. So it'll be interesting to see how Janek deals with the pressure. Let's hear from him now.
Hey guys, my name is Janek Grzegorzewski. I'm from Poland and I'm 20 years old. I've been asked a question from Adrian and Colin about do I feel pressured being number one in the bigger kite league competition. And yes, I must be honest, I definitely do feel pressured, especially after coming from a small rib injury when I wasn't kiting for 2.5 months. And you know, like when you're not kiting and you see like all the videos of people landing new things when you can straight up not go in the water, there is pressure. There is definitely pressure. But I'm feeling quite happy because since two days I've came back to my original shape and I'm feeling really comfortable in the water. So yeah, it is going to be an exciting event, and I'm definitely going to try to keep up the first place. And let's see what's going to happen.
You know, he speaks of feeling the pressure, but you know what? I know that Janek's been speaking to someone about that and working with tools to deal with his anxiety issues when it comes to competition. And what I like about Janek is he's been open about it. He hasn't hid back, he hasn't hidden behind it. And I like that. And I guess one of the best tools is actually, like anything, to admit that you have that issue. But I think this is the event where it's kicked off Janek's career, really. Before that, Janek had a lot of hype, but he wasn't really getting the wins. He won Tatajuba last year, and that pretty much got the ball rolling. And now everyone's talking about Janek. So this is a stop that suits Janek. You can ride right and left. I think everything is in his power to do well here. So I know he speaks of the pressure, but I kind of feel like with the tools he's getting and the experience, I think he's going to put that thing to bed soon. And as his experience gets better, I just think he's just going to be able to ride at his best. Whether his best is good enough to win, that's the big question.
So he's opened the mental health can of worms, has he?
I don't think it's mental health. I just think it's nerves and anxiety. You know, it's like
good,
anyone.
because I was going to say, like, you want to keep a lid on that.
You don't need.
That can needs to say firmly closed, otherwise it's just very bad. So yeah, I would say to Janek, if you are listening, you're obviously listening, that just ignore the problems and just sort of
go for it.
Bury it if you can.
Just do what,
just get on with it. Maybe
you can do like the Milan Lukic approach, like 6 or 7 Heinekens the night before, and then go out and win.
Yeah, alcohol, any sort of substance to distract you from your mental problems. Perfect. So yeah, good. Let's move on. Who do we think is going to come in with more technical tricks? Because Janek, as we heard, has been out for a bit. All these guys have been right up his arse. We know that Heel can do these back roll board offs, riding left. That's something that Janek, I've never seen him do it. So yeah, where do you think the kind of standard's going to sit?
It's going to be interesting to see. Look, these guys still talk about Janek, and I think the best indicator is what the riders are saying. And if the riders are saying that Janek's the best, they're not just saying that for any reason. He's dominating, and I guess they're seeing him riding every day and what he's doing. I think you probably saw before, Janek was doing unhooked stuff. I've never seen him doing unhooked stuff, but I'm not saying he's going to bring that to the competition. But look, there is a wide range of skills at the top. What Janek's doing, what Stig's doing, what Cohen's doing, all of them are doing something different. And that's what makes it exciting. With everyone bringing something different, it's going to put pressure on the judges. And if the judges can get it right and interpreting the rules, then the best rider is going to win. So I don't know whether it's going to be who has the best skills. I think it's just going to be who can put it on the day and ride to the best level. Well, I'm wearing that Janek Grzegorzewski shirt. That's a tongue twister. So I'm going to go Janek 1. I'm going to go Cohen 2 and Stig 3. Unfortunately, I'd love to say that I think Heel's there, but I think changing teams a couple of weeks before the event. Obviously, he's open. If you heard his interview, he said, "Look, this is not really my event with the net, let's say, not so strong wind." He's a big guy, 85, 86 kilos. Those guys are a lot lighter. So I think that we're going to see Janek, Cohen, and Stig. That's my top three. You had it here first, Colin.
Janek.world. He's a fan, isn't he?
Yeah, what is that? Janek.world.
I'm going. You haven't even asked me, which is rude.
Okay.
But
I looked at you. Give me your top three.
My fantasy podium, Adrian, now that you've asked, is Liam Whaley in at number 1. Because Liam, you're in Brazil right now, and I know you're watching this, so I don't know why you're not there. Okay, so just get over there and ride, okay? Because you could probably take it out, okay? Janek's a bit rusty. His ribs hurt a little bit. He was on some weird new kite. No one knows if that's going to be any good. Yeah? The Cohen and the Stigs. I mean, you're a two-time... You scored second place, Liam, at your first ever King of the Air, okay? You can do a Mega Loop KGB, for fuck's sake, all right? So just get over there and compete. Okay, so my podium is Liam, slap bang in the middle. Second, Janek. Third, heel.
Liam's not riding.
Idiot in third. Liam might be riding.
Oh, I don't think he's riding.
No, he might be.
Who's your bolter? Let's go back to the bolter. Who's your bolter?
My bolter's going to be Clement Hewitt, who knocked himself out of the competition and consciousness in Cape Town. But yeah, I think surely Kevin Langeray is just breathing down his neck. You have to do well soon, otherwise you're a goner. So I think, yeah, he could do well.
Pressure's on. Reading contract stuck on the fridge.
Exactly. What about you?
My bolter, I'm going to go with Lorenzo Casati. I think that, as I said, Lorenzo's a name. He's just come off another big competition in the Canary Islands or wherever it was, the Spanish Championship. So I'm going to go Lorenzo. I'd like to see him do well. Or Milan. Can't get both. I'll go Lorenzo. Lorenzo.
Okay, good.
Although Milan would be good on the podium, just popping champagne. That guy can drink.
No. All right, there's the key ones that we thought were worth talking about and sending in videos that were actually interesting. Some of them are so boring you just couldn't even believe they bothered. So there's the people we think are going to be good, and we've left out the shit ones.
Hello, I am Michiel Schipper. I am 22 years old and I'm Dutch.
And I guess, it's all to play for Big Air Kite League Tatajuba, which is coming to you when, Adrian? 1st of September? Oh, hang on, by the time they're watching this, it will be it, right? Don't need to say that.
Coming to you soon. Oh, and we're going to be commentating, so tune in. Live commentary with a studio.
Boom. It's all quite exciting. And
very exciting.
we're going to be there. Let's hope for some wind. We'll see you on the day. Goodbye.